He's improved, but he's always been a beast. But I'm a different beast, but the same animal.
So Alex Pereira just beat the one man who beat Israel Adesanya. It was a split decision, but you know, it's funny. I've seen a good amount of people complain about people calling it a robbery, but I've yet to see anyone actually say it was a robbery. To me, clear as day, Pereira won rounds 2 and 3 without any question at all. In that first round, when Błachowicz just immediately opened up with a takedown, Pereira defended it for quite a while, and it's funny to see because he's like a giant stone block. He was just standing straight up. He had Blachowicz' head wrapped, and Błachowicz was just having a lot of trouble moving him. And Alex even threatened with that guillotine real quick. That was exciting to see. Some game development for sure. That first round, though, after he got taken down, he tried getting back up by turtling, but his defense from that position wasn't great, and it was a pretty easy back take, but he did a good job hand fighting. And then after that, he showed a lot of skill, actually, when getting back up to his feet. He really impressed me. But the one thing that absolutely blew my mind that I could not believe I was listening to was after he had gotten taken down at the very end of the fight in the third round. Jon Anik made a comment about, well, if it's close, that takedown might sway it towards Błachowicz. And Daniel Cormier himself said, well, Błachowicz didn't do any damage with that takedown, so I don't think it means anything. And I honestly, with all my heart and soul, thought hell went cold. I thought I got transferred to an alternate reality in that moment because I just could not believe what I was hearing. The only logical solution I possibly came to how that was a thing was that Daniel Cormier is a fan of the channel. He must have watched my video. It probably made him have a real just deep introspection about his entire life and his journey through here and what he stands for. He may have gone down to Peru and participated in an ayahuasca retreat or something of the sort, and he's finally come out the other end enlightened. And Daniel Cormier, you're welcome for putting you on that path. But anyway, Alex, he showed a lot more skill than I thought he had on the ground. But still, it's pretty evident that he's still behind the rest of the division, obviously. Błachowicz isn't a grappler. He has more skill than Pereira, but he's not a grappler, and that probably really contributed to him gassing out so bad. A mixture of that and the elevation. It's not a great combo. But with that win, Pereira is 100% getting a title shot next. And this is why he will become the 205 champ, and he is going to stay there for quite a while, in my opinion. Here's why. The number one nightmare matchup that every Alex Pereira fan wakes up in the middle of the night in cold sweats thinking about is Ankalaev. That's not a good fight for Alex. Just anything but that, right? If that was next, I would say Pereira has no shot. I mean, that guy is good. He is very well-rounded, very good grappler. But lucky for Pereira, who's next? Jiri. Jiri vacated the belt after his horrible shoulder injury, and he's automatically next in line to fight for the vacant belt. Jiri versus Pereira, that's a good matchup for Pereira. That is very winnable. He definitely can grapple, but he is a striker. By far, that is his main skill set, is striking. So Pereira gets through him. Then who's next? Not Ankalaev, because guess who also just vacated the belt because of an injury? Jamal Hill. And just like before, Jamal, he's no slump on the ground, but he's a striker. Every single win he has is TKO or KO by punches. At least Jiri has one submission on his record against Glover. So let's just say Alex gets through him too. Now he's the champ. He's got multiple defenses. Is it finally time for Ankalaev's turn? Is he finally going to get the opportunity to bring another belt to Dagestan? Nope. Because guess who is going to give their double champ dream one more try? Israel Adesanya. And I will say I like Pereira's chances a lot at 205. The big difference I noticed between him at 185 and him at 205 is how much thicker his neck is at light heavyweight. Alex was just not a middleweight. It just was not his weight class. He was so skinny on fight day. He had to lose so much muscle to make that weight. It's no secret the more muscle mass you have, the stronger your chin's going to be. Yet he still beat Adesanya the first time. That's what's crazy. Now at 205 with him big and meaty, it's a completely different fight. I also loved the moment when he had Błachowicz hurt and Błachowicz was covered up against the fence. He did not unload this time like he did against Adesanya. He was so careful. He was still just pot-shotting him, keeping his distance. He was having those PTSD flashbacks of thinking Adesanya was done before he came with that crazy overhand. So he's making improvements. So he beats Adesanya. He's got 3 title defenses. He's a legend in the sport. Ankalaev finally gets the call up from Dana White. But it's for the vacant belt because Pereira just retired on top because he'll be probably like 38 years old. And then, boom, that is Pereira's entire run to the title. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, dodge the Dagestani, and he's good.